Hello, I'm Erik Petroni, and we're looking at this F550 custom camper. On YouTube, you can look at it as Never Quit Overland. We're at the Buckstop booth in Flagstaff, Arizona, and there's many elements to it, but by coincidence, we have a great guy here from Baja Designs, which obviously make the very best lighting package for any vehicle. On this one, we try to outfit it in a whole array to give the best blend for driving. This is Jason, and I'm going to pull this mic off, let him talk while I turn on the lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on this is probably one of the most insane lighting packages I've seen on a camper. Without a doubt, the only light you would have maybe needed is the 30-inch Onyx. This is a lighting setup that you would probably see similar to what we run in Baja and on a trophy truck. Within here, we have probably one of the most insane setups on a camper, you know, with our clear view optics and our 5000K color temperature. We design all our lights specifically for a specific lighting zone and reaching all the side lighting zones and forward projecting. And with of course, these are off-road lights only, but right here you have our older SAE Squadron, which we just released, the next generation Squadron SAE, which is about 80% more intense. And we know with our new Squadron SAE, we're actually offering a free upgrade program to upgrade these to the next generation Squadron. And this is just insane. And on the side right here, you not only have area lighting, shooting light complete 360 degrees around the camper, you even have our infrared lights that we designed specifically for the military that consumers can buy. And he has infrared cameras attached to our S2 infrared lights. It's crazy. So we have the flush mount Squadron on the side, and I believe on the inside are a whole ton of rock lights and more. So in the back, he has a flush mount Squadron wide cornering lens Squadron Pro, and this is absolutely probably overkill for the situation, what you would have for driving through the dust. Oftentimes brake lights aren't bright enough to cut through the dust, so what we recommend for a chase light is what we call them, just born out of racing, is typically an amber light to notify anyone who's following behind you if the dust is thick or if it's snowy or foggy. It's just a great signal to let people know you're there. And then up top, you still have more of the Squadron angled flush mounts, just for more area lighting. So what's really great about, even though these are Squadron Pros, and in my opinion, that's a little bit more than what an average person would need for a dust light, he has a Switch Pro system, which he has complete control to dim the light and reduce the output. So in case he is on a trail, he's not blinding the person right behind him. So, but if he's far away and he wants people to see him, he can increase the output back to 100%. So
you just heard some detailed technical information from Jason over at Baja Designs. If you're wondering why I went to Baja Designs, to be kind, I'm not going to badmouth the name of the other company that we used to use lights from, but and they're nice guys. Everyone's here is nice, but I had a truck, it was a cab over, and my friend's out in Georgia, and he's like, Erik, dude, he goes, why don't we do a comparison? He pulled his truck up that had half the lights of this other company, and we're out in a massive field, and he turns them on, and I turn on mine, and I think I just hung my head and I almost wept. I was like, okay, never again. It'll only be Baja Designs. I messed up. I goofed, I'm sorry. And then naturally I like to do everything over the top. My last name's Petroni, so they say I patronicize things. But then I went to Baja Designs and I was like, this is gonna be it. We're gonna talk about this truck and why we use it. This is a Ford F550 single cab gasoline 7.3. Didn't go with the diesel because of ultra low sulfur. And when you leave the United States, it's hard to get ultra low sulfur. Gasoline costs a little less as a truck, and it's easier to repair, and it's lighter by about 700 pounds. The vehicle comes as a dually. In order to get it made into a single wheel on the rear, you've got to find a great guy to do it and a company to do it. The very best in the world at it is a company called Buckstop Truckware out of Prineville, Oregon. They're doing all the brush trucks, anything that you see at these shows that is the premier in it, they do it. Also do these, they have a whole variety of bumpers. This one here is the Outback bumper, which is kind of their most extreme heavy duty bumper. They're their fender flares are their new design, and then their wheels are their new forged wheel that's made in California. It's rated to 7,380 pounds, I believe, and the tires are the Michelin X-Force ZL military tires that you find on MRAPs.
I have that one, it's online.
We are at the Buckstop booth in Flagstaff, and a gentleman here that is basically the man in charge of the company who brought all this cool stuff out. His name is Dorian Hartfield, and Dorian's gonna come over and touch on why I like Buckstop, and also, matter of fact, Trail Ready wheels, which is the most best guys out there, and they've won King of the Hammer and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So yeah.
So these wheels are unique to the F550, and they're custom made so that you can remove the duals and go to 4 military tires. And what's the tricky part is that we want them to track front to rear. And this is a one-piece aluminum wheel. There are no extra bolt circles, no extra flanges, no spacers, no anything. It's a simple wheel that bolts directly on. In the back, it's dished outwards. And then on the front, it's the exact same wheel, but it's turned inwards. And by doing that, we have perfect tracking front to rear. So we have the wide fender to have full coverage. And then to meet it all together, we have a bumper that's full width for a full finished package.
So I'm really into hammocks. I grew up in the jungle in Panama. So this thing has 2 hammocks on this side, 2 on the back, on the right side, 2 on the top, and 2 hammock chairs. What's cool about these arms is they fold into this C channel, so they're totally flush. You wouldn't know it. It covers up the gasoline fill and the water fill, and this allows you to just be by the beach and sit there and relax. The truck is totally Linexed. This is their Bomb Blast Linex, same stuff that's on the Pentagon. The windows are all marine windows. They're bulletproof windows. I didn't want, if it's driving down through Mexico, I wanted you just to be able to live a little longer. All these boxes on the bottom are all stainless. It has about 120 gallons of water. If you drink water out of a plastic tank, it still leaches chemicals. So these are stainless. I didn't want that to happen. On the rear are 2 hammock chairs, so that when you're by the ocean, you can sit here and cast your fishing pole or just relax in the sun. Inside the frame rail is a drawer that stores all the hammocks and different items, so it's just kind of cool out of the way, and it locks. This box above slides in. It actually holds a 15-foot catamaran inflatable boat and an outboard engine that hangs. You can put all your kayaks, surfboards, stand-up paddleboards here. There's 2 axes that are both empty and full to put stuff in. 2 air compressors. This tire, I wanted to kind of flush mounted, but a little bit to come out. This arm goes up. You can lower the tire down, which we'll show you inside, but this deck flips down. It allows you to lay out under the stars, and then you can also close your rear awning as well. Coming on this side, we're gonna walk upstairs. These steps kind of come out the side so it doesn't impede on the person next to you. This deck allows you to wash dogs or wash yourself. And yeah, let's go inside. Coming inside the vehicle, this is a single cab. It's only 25 feet long, about a foot longer than an extended Sprinter, and it keeps it nimble. You can make a U-turn right around, like, coming out of a light. We're going to show you how this is all laid out. So in here, this bed is a queen bed in width, but it's like 93 inches long. It allows you to have 2 people sleep up here, but also, and the steps are underneath, but I'll just jump up. What's kind of cool is I made it so that it's flush. You can lay this way, and the other person, there's a drawer that can slide out, and the girl can lay this way, so she doesn't have to jump over someone to get out of the vehicle. The cabinets above are all abalone from New Zealand. And then I made these doors so that you could just put it, and it could say shorts or bathing suits, and then it just closes down like that. And there's all interior lighting in there, actually, which I'll show you, that's dimmable. And then the floor going down here is dimmable. So at night, you can just put whatever volume of lighting you want, and then you can control all the lights also from up here. You can control the, laying in bed, everyone has access to this. swing. Oh, we'll talk about this sofa. So the goal is to be able to store all your surfboards, stand-up paddleboards, everything inside the vehicle so nothing gets stolen. So here you can look inside and see how much room there is. There's 42 inches from here to the floor. This is where the bikes go and all that kind of stuff. The lithium batteries are by Lithionics. They're the very best. And I'll show you that, where all the power is. There's more lithium in this than an earth roamer, actually. And here's your 2 lithium batteries. And then there's also a secret storage down below. We're gonna talk about the kitchen. It's 63 inches long, 22 inches wide. I wanted redundancy and everything. Underneath this abalone are 2 Dometic CFX 95 dual zones. So if one goes down, you got a backup. You got coconut water in there. And then you have one for friends. So if people are in the back bedroom, they have their own fridge down here. So it's really neat. All the drawers are full length drawers. They're all 200 pound rated slides. And I just wanted maximum storage. And then here's the last drawer. This one's kind of shallow because of the sink. And here's another neat thing that you might enjoy. I didn't want to take up more room in the kitchen. Why not make the induction oven fold out? So you're cooking, the fumes go right out, and you can still pass right by the fridge. I mean, right by the stove. So it's really neat. And then down below is the toilet. It's a dry flush by Laveo, so there's no black water. And you can open it this way. If you guys ever seen these, it kind of wraps and pulls it down. And then you can take the toilet, flip it around this side, and if you're out in the mountains, you can use the loo with a view. I don't believe in dedicating a massive area to a shower that you only in for 5 minutes. So this opens up like this. Up in here is the shower curtain. And it basically wraps from here to here, here to here. You're standing in, you pull this up, and it connects here, and now you're taking your shower. Or you can pull this out and shower yourself outside after being in the woods adventuring, or wash your dogs off. The truck, I like a single cab. When you have a crew cab, you can't, like this truck being only 25 feet, the entire camper, if you have a crew cab, it would come all the way to here. And then you've eaten up another 3 feet of your camper, or you got to make your whole rig 28 feet long. They had a dog bed there, that's Coffee, one of my sweethearts. We have 3 dogs. And if you have friends coming, there's seat belts here, and 2 people can sit right here, and they can be seat belted in. And then this table goes up and down, which is up right now. And then you can eat, or at night you can push it like that and put your drinks over here. ACs, I believe the best is Cruise and Comfort. They're out of, I think they're in this state. This vehicle has 2. It has a Cruise and Comfort in the front, 8,000 BTU, and a Cruise and Comfort in the back, another 8,000 BTU. The heaters are by a company called Timberline. They are amazing. There's 2 8,000 BTU heaters, one here and one down there, so you can cool both people. This area kind of closes off, so it can make it private. This camper has 2 queen size beds. Couldn't have happened if we hadn't made the shower like we did. Like in your house, you have a shower curtain that you pull. You're only in there for 5 minutes. Most people have their showers and they fill them up with stuff when they're not using it. That allowed you to come with friends. To get up into the upper cab, up onto the roof, I did not want any external access so no one could get up here. These hatches are bulletproof, so you can walk on them. And this is how you get up from this bedroom or from the rear bedroom, and you can lay out and look at the stars while you're in bed. So we're gonna get up and you're gonna watch what this cool atmosphere is up here. Come on up and check out the rooftop deck. You know, it's amazing that you guys are getting to see the very first take of a finished camper of the roof. So this great gentleman from France who now does all this good work in the United States is covering for you. The flooring is SeaDek. It's marine, it's 1/2 inch thick, it's just super comfortable, insulates, sound deadens, and it makes it wonderful up here. These hammock arms, they actually just slide in, as you can see, and they're stored in that drawer that we saw before. So it's really simple to put in. I can assemble the entire deck in about 5 minutes. It allows you to lay up here and have a view on your roof over the ocean. Oh my gosh. And it is just, oh my gosh, it's so special. Back where you're seeing where we're filming back here, it fits a double mattress, inflatable on the floor. these arms right here all slide into each other, go into these cavities, and this whole railing falls flat. It only comes off the roof about 1.5 inches, so it's totally flush. You don't even notice it. You have 2 umbrellas up here, so you can lay it under the stars. There's 2 power outlets of 110. Here you can see this is where the screws screw in, and up here, these arms go inside that rack. These hatches are bulletproof. You can stand on them. And you're here seeing the new 2023 Starlink for RVs. And even though this is a hardcore rig, tiki torches that have their little flame, and then there's lighting underneath here that's dimmable. So at night, it can be romantic for you and your girl. About the solar, it's by Xantrex. It's 880 watts. Here you can see it on this side. During the day, you have your solar, and then it also works for your railing. So many of us, we love dogs and cats. I'm a dog lover and a cat lover, but I made this gap here so that when the dogs are here, they can peek out and see what's going on, because dogs love to know what's going on. And then Coffee, which I wish I brought her up here, but she just jumps right down like I'm doing. And then from here, we're down and we're going to show you the electrical system, and I think we're done with this great tour. Last thing I didn't talk about in the bedroom, when you want to lay out under the stars, this awning's out, but you just lay like this at night by the ocean, and then this whole thing just flips up. And basically that just comes up, and then this is your deck pad, your backrest pad when you're in bed. Everything in here is marine. We're going to do a quick view of the whole electrical system, and I think you might get some ideas on how to lay it, but you see it's very professionally out. And here's all your gauges. And the goal is that if you're ever in an accident or anything happened, you always have access out the back. You have plenty of access to see all your controls. And then there's these big hatches that are quite giant, and I'll leave those open so you can get a view in those. I would love it if you would subscribe to this fantastic channel that Kevin does. I've met many people, many of them are great, and Kevin is definitely at the 10 great level. And if you want to buy this vehicle, it can be yours. And many of us, there's been about a team of 20 that have wanted to make the most ultimate off-grid extreme habitat, and this is what we came up with. I'm selling it because I'm moving back to the Panama, where I grew up in Central America in the Canal Zone. My phone number, if you need to reach me, or email, is area code 904-887-9595. And my email is Erik Petroni with a K. I'm Norwegian and Italian, at Hotmail or at Outlook.com. And I think the thing that would touch me the most, we need to be kind to people. We need to be kind to animals. And if you would, adopt some stray dogs and get them in your life and take them on a life of adventure in a rig like this or one that you build. But thank you again for watching. Please subscribe to this wonderful channel, and maybe I'll see you in Panama. I'm convincing Kevin to come down and go fishing with me. All right.